Oh, that light's bright, isn't it? I know it's late and it's a school night. Had to finish up some furs though, so. Don't tread on me. What's up, bud? How you doing? Ty, how's it going, boss? Ruger, what are you doing? I thought you had to work tomorrow. Daryl, what's up, boss? Ruger, if I knew you were still up, I'd have texted you back, buddy. I assumed you were sick of rain. I get it. Don, how we doing? Oh yeah, hunting stuff. I'm always going, buddy. Had to leave Reefs live to get some finished fur done. You can see we got a few foxes, and that whole second row there in the back was all done today. So, Hillsman, how we doing? I shouldn't stay up late tonight because for the first time in a long time, I'm going fishing tomorrow. It's been a long time. Just throw a crawler on the bottom. I'm a terrible fisherman, but just see what happens. Jeff, how's it going, man? Ruger, no, if I knew you were still awake and not working tomorrow, I'd have texted you back. I didn't know, you had to go earlier, so I thought you were going to bed. But yeah, beaver all moved. Jason, how we doing, buddy? I seen you caught a beaver, was it today or yesterday? I seen it on Facebook, so. What part of Iowa am I going? I'm staying close to home, buddy. Staying close to home. Gonna hit up a good creek system, I think, tomorrow, so. But yeah, Ruger, moved all the beaver Saturday. No, Friday. No, it was Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. Moved a lot of beaver. A lot of beaver. Don, yeah, I've got most of my stuff done. I probably got 200 coon left. But right now I'm focusing on all my customer stuff that's getting tanned. I do a lot of skinning, fleshing for people that local guys and take it all to Sleepy Creek. So we got, I don't know, I'm probably taking 150 first to Sleepy Creek, give or take. How you been feeling, Jeff? Still getting more feeling in that arm? Hand? My problem is one of these creeks that I want to fish on tomorrow, I think the beavers got it dammed up, but otherwise, man, it'd be phenomenal for sheephead and catfish tomorrow afternoon. Yeah, Ruger. Mama's going to be doing most of the furs that I get tanned personally are going to bears, so. I'm trying to get her convinced to do a booth at the Iowa Convention this year, so. Hey, Mama Ruger, how we doing? Hunting stuff, just depends, man. I got a couple things that aren't quite thawed tonight that I'm going to have to hit first thing tomorrow, so it depends. Just depends. I'm not 100% sure, but hopefully halfway early morning. We'll see. But it might sound silly to some, but I'm just excited for it because I'm not a good fisherman. I throw a crawler on the bottom with a slack line and just wait and just chill. And I don't do that often. There's not a lot of sitting for me, so I'm really excited for it. Not gonna be long because I thought out another, I don't know, 25 coon to work on tomorrow, but should be thawed out by noonish. So, but just being able to go out there and throw a crawler on the bottom and just relax for a little bit, it's gonna be awesome. Yeah, I knew the walleye were hitting pretty hard, Quentin. I'm not a cast and retrieve type guy. I might do that on a few farm ponds for crappie and bluegill when I had the time, but for right now, I just throw a crawler on the bottom. Uh, I've got a really, really good crick system that normally it never works on, or recently it hasn't worked on. But when we get rains like this, the crick will backfill, and no joke, it's this whole crick before it spills out of its bank. You could probably fit my truck in. It's probably about 8 foot wide and about 8 foot deep before it spills out. But when you get it right when it's cresting, I can sit there and catch sheephead or freshwater drum. For those who don't know what we abbreviate as sheephead, catch sheephead all day long and right at dusk. And this is only in the spring when it's about ready to flood, so it hasn't happened for a few years now. But I think my best year, right at dusk, I caught, man, it was like 50 some catfish in 2.5 hours. It was phenomenal. I mean, they're so narrowed down, narrow path, and they're nothing huge. They're not massive channel cats. They're 2 to 5 pound channels, but man, it is awesome. Hunting and stuff, yeah, that'd be fun, man. Crawlers, oh really, Quentin? Awesome. Wow, Jeff, yeah, it's better than nothing, I guess, man, but hopefully it continues to improve for you. Man, that's scary. But it's actually that creek crosses on the road, and I sit right on the bridge, and I cast right off this bridge, and it's awesome. I mean, that's only happened probably 4 times in my adult life that it's been perfect for it, but when it is, it's awesome. But it's not backing up, which is crazy, so I think the beaver actually have it dammed up. Yeah, Ruger, exactly. 6 months, Jeff? Okay. Quitting the NTA is going to be awesome, man. It's hard to believe that's literally a month and a half away right now. That doesn't seem right to me, but working on my plans on getting up there. Probably riding up with Sleepy Creek again and his crew. But it's awesome, you know. I'll be hanging out with Next Gen and the A&J Skinning Machine crew, and it's just, man, it's so much fun. It is just a blast. That is like my vacation. It's awesome to me. Yeah, don't tread on me, exactly. Hey, Lori, how we doing? Got the whole Brit family. Hopefully the boys are asleep since they probably have school tomorrow. But man, I know it's late. Just was out here, jumped in Reef Slide for a little bit, finished up some customer fur, and here we are. I'm actually half tempted to bring a camera with me tomorrow fishing. I've never filmed a fishing trip, so we'll see. Man, Jeff, I feel bad for you, sir. That's too bad. Um, Man, I hope it gets better, though. I really do. How many you look at getting, Quentin? I sold beavers, so I'd like to get a few myself, but probably shouldn't. But one of the best things probably about selling my beaver when I did is I got to I met one of the top muskrat trappers that I know of, and got to pick his brain for about 20 minutes, and that was amazing. Okay, Quentin, yeah. 2 to 4 dozen would be good. Nationals, you're going to be your best bet for the best deal, buddy. Or the Iowa. Convention, period, you know, prices are going to be cheaper, just how it works. So, it's awesome. It is awesome. And don't be afraid if you do decide to get 4 dozen. whatever they're asking, you can wheel and deal. It's like car dealerships used to be. You can make some good deals. Right, hunting and stuff, and that's the thing too with Jeff. Just because they said it, don't count yourself out. You know, there's no rule to it as to when you get feeling back. They might have an idea, but man, I'm pulling for you, sir. That's just scary. Where are you having troubles with getting them stole? On private ground or in the public? Man, I'm starting to get some wings again. About time for my semi-annual haircut. I just got to do it soon. I can't wait till before nationals, because then my wife's like, oh, so you get cleaned up for nationals? No. I get it, Jeff. Yeah, I get it, sir. Well, adapt and conquer, man. That's all we can ever do in life. Get thrown an obstacle like that, you deal with it and overcome. I'm sure you will. Right, Ruger. Were you going after coyotes, Quentin? I'm assuming if you're running a 550. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it happens, man. It's just one of those things, buddy. Theft is, I mean, you guys probably heard me talk about it 50 times on lives and videos. It sucks and it happens, but you cannot let it ruin what you got going. It's kind of like if you get a flat tire going to vacation and your 4-day vacation is shortened by a day because of it, you're still on vacation, man, and having fun. So you gotta just appreciate what you got, if that makes sense. That's probably about the best way I can think of it. Lenneth, bugs are here 100%, so everything hanging is fresh, and in 4 days it'll go into my walk-in freezer. Yeah, bugs are here, no doubt. There's no question about it. There's no getting rid of them. I can bug bomb the crap out of this place, but in a week they're right back. It's just that time of year. There's no getting out of it. So frustrating, but we work with what we got. Bottom line. So max I can have these furs hanging is 4 to maybe 6 days. I actually had a fox up here that was, I think, 10 days, and I pulled it down, and they're starting to see signs of bugs in it. So it's just crazy how fast they get into stuff. That's good, Quentin. That's the best way to do it, man. I think I've told this before too. When I first started road line trapping, I had a dozen traps stolen. It was 3 or 4 locations. I think 3. But I had 3 dog proof stolen, and that's back when I only had 4 dozen maybe, and that hurt. That sucked. But you know what? You can't just pull up and quit. And Mark Steck shares that in one of his videos. If you have theft, he knows the guys that just pull up, they quit, and they're like, they're done for the year. Well, then your mindset of having fun and doing what you love is gone because of somebody stupid. So Jeff, have you looked into getting those setters by chance? They got some good setting tools. Yes, Lenneth. Yeah, yep. Yeah, they're around, that's for sure. They're around. Next Gen, what are you doing up so late, man? What are you doing up? I seen you were working on that boat. Got it all ready to go. Exactly, Ellen. Yeah, you adapt and overcome because, like I said, you can't let things just ruin everything. So, quitting, and that's kind of me too. Like, I'm my so the DNR caught a guy this year, which I talked about on camera. He had one of my 220s with him on a four-wheeler. They busted him. I got my 220 back, and then I had to go and show them where my 220 was stolen from, um, and everything else. And I said, "Hey, when can I set that trap back?" And I'll never forget it. He laughed at me. He goes, "You're really willing to set it back?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Like that's one of my best Bobcat trails. Like I'm gonna set it back if I can, if you're okay with it. And he's like, "You're not worried about getting stolen again?" I'm like, "Yeah, it gets stolen, it gets stolen. That's just part of it. I mean, whatever." Man, next gen, I am envious of your lack of procrastination because it's gonna be September when I start getting my gear cleaned up and ready. Yeah, Quentin, pretty much, pretty much. Lyneth, I've got a lot of my raccoon at Fur Harvesters. All my beaver and stuff, I moved up north with Matt Carlson. Um, I like dealing with him. He's a really good guy. He's a younger fur buyer. He's my age. Uh, just a good guy that, he'll straight up tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly. There's no BS. And yeah, I mean, I made the trip up there. Uh, Actually met him in Albert Lee, Minnesota. But yeah, just a good guy, and I like it. So, oh yeah, hunting stuff. Like I said, I'm really excited about going fishing tomorrow. Finally, some downtime. I should be working on other things, but I'm ready for a break. Jeff, yeah, with snares with beaver though, it's not going to affect your price any, man. We're all hackers here, so your price it should not be impacted at all. So you should be fine there. But yeah, Chris Wilson. Well, I appreciate it. You're trying to get back into trapping. Well, this is the place, man. This is the place. Quentin, yeah, I get it, man. There's not many around. It's a struggle. So, yes, don't try. I mean, my snare formula. I dilute my Formula One way more than recommended. I want to say it's 3-to-1, and I think I go 5 or 6 to 1 water to Formula One, and then I'll dip them twice, and then I'll Zeps floor wax them over the top, and man, they are fast. It works out really well. Lyneth, yeah. Mind me asking who you've sold to recently? Yeah, Quentin. Yeah, show up at that fur auction's awesome. It doesn't. I haven't made it to the fur auction the last couple of years because it's conflicted with my work. So we're super slow at work. But when they have the auction the weekend after the first of the year, well, for me, I always work all my holidays at work. I just always do. If we're open, I will take that triple time all day long because we're so slow. I can't get 40 hours any other time. But if they're gonna offer me triple time, I work it. Well, the stipulation with that is you have to work your regular schedule the entire week. So if that week, say the first was a Monday and I work triple time or work it, but the auction's on Saturday, if I take vacation, I lose all my triple time. So that's the reason I haven't made it to the auctions. But it sounds like this year's pushed back a little bit, if I remember right. I might be wrong on that, but Quentin, if it is pushed back, I will be there. I will be there. Yeah, next gen. But that's the thing, man. I know we've talked about it several times. Uh, they have conflicts with fur buyers, and and other organizations and events. And I mean, it makes sense, but at the same time, it does kind of frustrate me when it's that early. But I mean, their kind of hands are tied. So also next gen, I need to text you tomorrow. I got a lead on a class for Western Central, so I want to follow that up with you and see what you think too. But so we're working on me, next gen, and another individual are working on these Iowa trapping classes. We're looking at 5 or 6 areas across the state that we have kind of a traveling group that's going to, if you will. A bunch of guys that really know what they're doing. They can really communicate with people. And then we're going to have a couple guys do things independently. But we will be broadcasting and promoting the hell out of them here pretty soon. So if you're in Iowa and you know of someone that wants to know trapping, wants to learn it, regardless of age, you know, this is going to be perfect for them. So hunting and stuff, it was 23-17. The kid's an animal. The kid's an absolute beast. Jeff, and that's the best attitude to have, sir. I've preached that with my wife before. I'm going to be a trapper till I can't. I physically can't, or I die. If that means, you know, if I live to 80 years old and I catch 5 coon a year, so be it. You know, as long as I'm doing what I can. You know, if that's the amount of effort to catch 5 coon as it does for me to catch 1,000 now, that's great. I'm just happy to be trapping. Next gen's got the bug far more than I do even, and I feel like I have it more than some people will tolerate. So 58, okay. See, I was trying to sell you a 41 short. Hunting and stuff, he doesn't have to imagine it. He did it basically. So the kid's a beast, man. The kid's a beast. And pretty much, it's not all, I mean, he's got a lot of experience otherwise, but pretty much the bulk of his knowledge that he didn't get from learning himself was YouTube. So he's kind of my example when I talk about the power of YouTube, you know. He got a lot of stuff from Coon Creek. I know he picked up a couple things from me and a few others, and he just twisted it to make his own, and the kid's unstoppable. It's pretty impressive. Yeah, hunting and stuff. The rest of us have to imagine it, and I always will. Although my wife's possum bear she made is really popular, so it looks like I'm going to have to be skinning out all my possums next year, which, whew, that would put me a lot higher skinning than where I'm at now. So we'll have to see. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, next gen. That's what I mean. You know, YouTube is you're kind of a, what's the word I'm looking for? You can show the impact that YouTube can make on trappers, and that's what's good. You know, the ITA has their YouTube channel now. I've talked to several other states associations, and they're starting them or wanting to start them, and that's pretty cool. You know, we're up to, I think there's going to be at least 5 state associations with YouTube channels come fall. So yeah, hunting stuff, that'd be tough. That'd be tough. Yeah, Lyneth, I can imagine. You know, it's one of those things. You know, it's a love-hate relationship with them, but at the same time, you got to realize that's a lot of people's only option. So at least they have an option. So you know, double-edged sword. You know what I mean? You know, some people, you know, really don't like them because they might get screwed. But at the same time, if they come within 20 miles of you and nobody else within 4 hours of you, at least you got an option. Okay, you want 50 coon next year, Quentin? Okay, awesome, man. Yeah, if you get 24 traps, man, you're set up. You're gonna be fine. You're limited to your gear, your location, and your drive. That's what it comes down to. And I'm thinking about adding a fourth category in there, honestly, of sacrifice. What are you willing to sacrifice for that? Oh, nice, Quentin. Oh, yeah, I would set your goal at 100, man. Set your goal at 100. You're probably right, Ruger. You're probably right. Yeah, and that's a good point. You always have that option, say no. Yeah, Jeff, I'll bet. Back then, man, yeah. Uh, but you got to remember, though, like right now, me and Next Gen and everybody else trapping, we don't have the competition like you guys did back then. So uh, I think our numbers would drastically be lower for two factors. One, like I have no problem setting a raccoon trap right out in the ditch where you can see from 500 yards away if you have a raccoon. Those coon would be gone, and I'd be forced to bypass many situations like that. It'd be different. It would be different. Right, exactly, Next Gen. You know, if I catch 1,000 now, back then, yeah, I would honestly put it at 150 to 250 would be my guess. Yep, Lenneth, I get it, but it's tough, man. That's why I always preach to if someone can finish their fur. You know, when you finish fur, you have that option to say no a lot more than anybody else. Right, Quentin, right. Well, do your homework beforehand, man. You know, me and Next Gen, we're out there September on looking at trails, looking at area, not even trails really that early, but general locations. You know, for me, it's timber and corn. Anywhere where you have that on opposite sides of the road, there's going to be a raccoon trail. Almost guaranteed. I know you're in a different area than me, but it's going to be the same concept, man. Same concept. And you just got to find as many of those locations as you can. Once you think you found enough, double it. You know, like I talked about earlier, you know, your locations, your equipment, and your drive. My drive's always been good. It's been equipment or locations that I've always fallen short on. And these last couple, 2-3 years, it's been locations. So I definitely need to improve on that. Yeah, Quentin, I believe it, man. I believe it. Yeah, Next Gen, that's about the best way to do it is, you know, September, you're looking at where the crops are at, but you're not actually marking. You're kind of big picture in September and then really narrowing it down in October. Which, if everything works out well this year, I'm going to, I shouldn't say work out well, but if it works out well, I will not even be here on opening day. So, Flintlock, how we doing, boss? Quentin, absolutely, man, absolutely. Camp Blue Ridge is in here. How we doing, boss? Yeah, yeah, Next Gen, right? That gets me pumped up to start really getting gear ready, really getting stuff ironed out. Little side note today, also that I learned, if you are going, if you're worried about anything freezer burning, furs stay good a lot longer on carcass than skinned when it comes to freezer burning. I just skinned a fox that was 3 years on the carcass that I thought for sure was going to be terrible because fox freezer burn very quick. But up until I got to the jowls and the head and the nose, it was almost perfect. And the lower legs were rough. But if that was just skinned fox, man, that thing would be ruined instantly. Flintlock doing pretty good. We're just doing a bunch of custom work now. We got a couple foxes here. Then that whole second row I did today of just customer stuff that's going up Sleepy Creek here soon. Jeff, man, the beaver population in Iowa, I truly believe, took a pretty big hit, strictly because of Next Gen. No, but you had several guys here in Iowa that, we're pushing 200 to 300 beaver, including one guy that broke 1,000, which is just mind-boggling to Next Gen and me. It's just, wow, I can't even imagine that. But that's his job, too. Yes, yep, hunting and stuff for sure. For sure. These were on the carcass. And, boy, it's going to be hard to see this. That white that's around the head and the nose, that's freezer bird. Everything else is pretty good, though. The legs were a little rough to do, but... And this is 3 years on the carcass. What if I get a different angle? So it wasn't too terrible, just down towards the tip of the nose and the snout, but if that was skinned already, man, it'd be terrible. It would be absolutely terrible. Yeah, Flintlock, we're kind of the same boat, buddy. Lots of rain. 20 muskrat next year. So if everything works out for me, Quentin, I'm gonna have about 504 days. That's kind of my goal right now. Yeah, Next Gen got a lot of hate on one of those Facebook posts about them being extinct. Yeah, Don. Yeah, lone trees in the middle of nowhere. Man, those are phenomenal spots. Everything's gonna go to them. Quentin, I can't, man. This is a super secret spot. I think I finally convinced the guy that kind of helped me with this. He's going to let me film it. But I have to be damn careful that I don't show anything that can give it away. But the problem is I'm headed out of state for it, though, too. So, and it has to be on the Iowa opener, which is kind of frustrating. But this is my bucket list trip. I've never done it before, and I've dreamed of it for... Actually, I looked it up the other day. It was like 16 years I've wanted to do this. Get on one of these marshes that has literally 1,000 huts. And it didn't help anything when I went up to Minnesota to sell those beaver, talking to that real good muskrat trapper up there who catches like 3,000 in 2 weeks when they have water. It just blew my mind from where I'm at. I went to southern Minnesota, saw these beaver, and I'm like, man, this is phenomenal beaver and muskrat country. And he goes, this is terrible. The marshes down here don't even have 200 or 300 huts. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh, yeah, you know, I won't even touch a marsh unless it's got 500 huts on it. And I'm like, wow. That's insane to me. That just blows my mind. I think the most I've ever seen here is like 10 huts ever at one location. I was in Albert Lee, so I went up the interstate. Oh no, Flintlock. Oh no. In preparation for this, I think I bought 4 dozen of these last year because I knew at some point this was going to happen. So yeah. But I'll still need probably another couple dozen. Oh, nice, Quentin. Yeah, and they probably will, Jeff. With these floods, it's crazy. Out of the wood yard from Wisconsin. Yep. Been planning this. Matter of fact, This is how prepared we are. We got 6-foot fiberglass rod, and yeah, these are my new toys. Some Bridger 1.5s with long chains, so to get that weight on them, keep them down at the bottom. But yeah, like I've been planning this in my head and with equipment for years, so it just might actually work this year. Quitting all depends on what I can. I would love to have out 250 to 300 traps on huts plus whatever colonies I bring. Flintlock, I just got them, man. I just got them, but I'll tell you what, for muskrats, I think these suckers are going to do awesome. I think they're going to do perfect. And I think they'd hold a raccoon just fine, no problem. 500 traps, then I'd hit it in my first day and be going home. Lineth, so it won't tan out nearly as well. Every species is different. Every severity of freezer burn is different. So it's hard to say. You know, that's something I brought up to Ben at Sleepy Creek several times with freezer burn. How bad does that impact the finished product? And, you know, every time it kind of comes back to just depends on the severity of the burn and the species. The thinner furred stuff, it seems to be more of an impact on, I think. It might be vice versa. I can't remember. But it can definitely show. Right, Ruger? That's the problem. Basswood's hard to come by, I guess, so. Yeah, Quentin. They are night lash, so I'm going to be doing all of this out of a boat, so this will be interesting. But if this works out, I mean, I'm going to be literally camping on the side of a marsh, watching the sun go down over a fire with a beer, probably some brats or something on an open skillet over the flames. Like, this is what I've wanted to do for a long time, especially after that boat floating trip for muskrats. This has really got me going to do this trip. So, but like I said, it's a heck of a drive there that I need to do sometime to scout it out and see how many rats are still there, and that's going to be a full day deal. So we'll have to see. I'm pretty excited for it, but whoa, I'm way behind in the chat. Does who have a Skinner? I will not have a Skinner this year. No, hunting stuff, it'll be probably a handful, but I ain't going crazy, because I mean, the way this muskrat trapping goes, you know, I could check every trap by noon and turn around and check them again and probably catch 30% of what I did the first check. It's pretty insane. So, plus, I mean, it could be a really good financial deal with the markets that I got for muskrats too. So. Yeah, right, Lineth. I got you. I think you're a little behind in the chat, buddy. You might want to close out and refresh and come back in. Seems like you're a couple minutes behind, boss. But then again, so was I, so it's alright. Colony traps are awesome on ponds, Quentin. I cannot preach that enough. I love ponds for colonies, find the dens, and just hammer them. I think I've had 7 in one colony. It's been years ago, but I think I had 7 in one colony trap. So most of the time you'll catch 2. You might have a good day with 3 or 4, but most of the time it's 1 or 2. But they're so easy. You know, you literally find it, just whoop, slide it in and go. Story of my life. Yeah, I believe it, Quentin. I believe it. Oh yeah, Quentin, it took me probably 10 minutes to get those things out of there, because they latched both doors, they bit on both sides, and there's no room to even shake one down to the other side. So it was crazy. I'll never forget that pond too. Probably never trap it again either. That guy was a really kind of an odd duck. Oh wow, Jeff, that's amazing. That would be amazing. Yeah, next gen, and that's something I've done that too on my river line. I think my best producer was that spot where I had 3 of them side by side in a feeder creek, and I don't know what I caught out of there. Maybe 6 in 3 days, maybe 7, something like that. But it was fun. Oh, that's not a bad idea, Quentin. Zip ties. That's actually a really good idea. That's a really good idea. I'm going to have to take that, so I appreciate that. When I make hopefully about 50 colonies take with me on this trip, I'm going to do that. That would work out really well. See, Quentin, that just shows you right there, all of us can learn from each other. Regardless of experience, we all have something we can help each other with. And that is a phenomenal idea that I would not have thought of. Matter of fact, I've got literally about 500 of these zip ties that I saved that I'm going to use that with. So that works perfect. Yep, Quentin, exactly. Yeah, Quentin, if it works for you, I don't see why it wouldn't work. I mean, you lock those suckers down. Yeah, that'd work perfect. You've got the right amount of room and flex for that door to swing and open. But yet you got something strong enough that it's going to hold it in place. Yeah, that's perfect. I like that a lot. Quentin just gave me $1 million idea. So I'll give you $1 for it. Oh yeah, Flintlock, I could see that, buddy. Yeah, Quentin, exactly. No, Flintlock, my plan is I'll skin them. Uh, I'm going to have one truck that's just going to have, well, I'm going up there and I'll have the boat and a chest freezer in my truck. The other guy will have the camper. And how it's going to play out is I will plug that freezer in right there to the outlets at the campgrounds. And I will skin what I can every single night. I might even have 2 in there because I think I can hold 2. And I'm going to skin what I can, part and piece them out, throw them in the freezer, or even throw whole muskrats in there if I don't get them all done. And then when the trip's over, I drive back because the freezers never leave the truck. All the traps and stuff will be in the cab or in the boat or in the camper. So I cannot tell you guys how excited I am for this. This is something I have dreamed about. I've talked to Next Gen about this for a long time. This is something I've dreamed about for a lot of years. Quentin, unfortunately, buddy, they're all going to be sold, man. I might have a handful if they don't get sold for whatever reason, but right now they're all sold, so whatever comes of this, whatever it is, just like my raccoons, I'm parting to piece them out. I've got the skull, the feet, the tail, the carcass, the heart, and the fur sold on these things. Could be a pretty decent financial trip for me, really, because I'm not going to have fuel every day other than the boat, and maybe 5 gallons of gas at best in fuel. Yeah, it is, Quentin. It is, but we're also going to be grilling some of those carcasses up every night and putting them over the fire. I'm going to have a real kebab over an open fire trapping. Won't that be an experience? I don't blame you hunting and stuff. Yeah, next gen. Yeah, you know the guy I'm talking about. I need to call him and confirm everything with him. But yeah, I know he was searching pretty hard. They are, Jeff. I love muskrat. Muskrat is probably the food that people cringe at the most that I talk about. But muskrat is so tender and it's phenomenal meat. But everybody sees rat and they freak out. All they're doing is eating vegetation, They're not eating sewer trash and down in the water or a sewer water. They're fine. Oh no, Quentin, muskrat is amazing, man. When I would catch decent numbers of them, we used them a lot in stir fry. Take the meat off the rear quarters, a little bit off the front quarters, and yeah, we did stir fry. It was amazing. Don't tread on me. Two things. One, people like to put them in mason jars with embalming fluid type stuff and sell them. But one of the big things is college for education. They dissect them and stuff in school, so you can sell them that way. No, Flintlock, I won't take any 110s. It's all going to be 1.5s or colonies. That's going to be it. I think everything comes down to how you cook stuff, guys. That's the big picture here. I've had raccoon 3 times in my life. Once was bad, once was terrible, and once was phenomenal. And I don't know how they cooked it differently, but it was amazing one time. So it all comes down to how you cook stuff, guys. Muskrat, beaver, bobcat backstraps. That's kind of the two that are the 3, I guess, that are pretty much good no matter what, in my opinion. But everything else, you better cook it pretty specifically. If everything works out, maybe me and Next Gen are going to do a trip sometime in the spring that might get me divorced, but boy, would it be an adventure. Instapot, yeah, I've heard a lot of people boil down the raccoon meat. I've never cooked it. I've never cooked raccoon, but I've had it a handful of times. Oh man, Quentin, no. The hindquarters in a crock pot, the back straps on the grill, amazing. I get it, Ruger. I get it. Next Gen, but it's 3,000 worth of divorce. I'm not going to answer that question because I don't know the answer to it. Yeah, exactly, Jeff. Exactly. Flintlock, probably, man. We've talked about a few things, but here recently we've been talking about something that'd be pretty fun. Yeah, Quentin, I get it, man. I get it. Depends. Yeah, well, it's gonna be an adventure, man. Yeah. I mean, I'm game for whatever. Oh man, I'm waiting to see what Next Gen does this year. He's already broke records that just phenomenal, just amazing to even picture. You know, he set his standards and dreams higher than I ever did, and it's kind of one of those things. Like, man, I thought I set high goals for myself, and what he's done just showed me that my goals weren't high enough. It's amazing. There you go, Quentin. There you go. Hunting and stuff. It's kind of a not out there yet, and it may not happen. But let's just say I sparked the fuel in him a little bit. Oh, for this year, yeah, okay, for this year. I thought you were talking about our trip, but yeah, for this year, yeah, he's probably holding off on it for a little bit. Flintlock, I know several guys that caught some, just not around me. And that's what people don't understand, Next Gen, with both of us here in Iowa. We've been extremely lucky these last few years. Extremely lucky. No, you can't, Lenneth. You cannot go to Minnesota. Minnesota does not allow non-residents. Jeff, you're not convincing me one way or the other there. No, Quentin, I won't hit 2K. No way. And especially if I do take the first week to go out of state after muskrats. It's going to hurt me, but with this coon market potentially developing, I do want to capitalize on it. So, hunting and stuff, I don't know about him, but I have no promises here. Yeah, exactly, Next Gen. And honestly, I'm not much of a weatherman, but we finally got good rain in the spring like we did 4 or 5 years ago. So we've been in a drought and very mild winter for 3 or 4 years. Now we've got the rain that we used to have. Is it going to be a rough winter? Man, I don't know. I don't know. I remember seeing we were froze up by Thanksgiving and snow on the ground, no problem. But I haven't seen that in a few years. I was muskrat trapping out of a boat 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever it was, on Christmas. Like, that doesn't happen here. So we've been extremely fortunate for every trapper here in Iowa that traps raccoons anyway. Oh, there you go, Quentin. There you go. Oh, really, Next Gen? You think that has an impact on the rain? That messes with it enough? I guess I don't know. I don't know much about that stuff. I really don't know. Interesting hunting stuff. I guess I didn't think of that. Next Gen, I'm kind of disappointed I missed your live a little while ago. Yeah, Next Gen, you're right. All right, Quentin, you take care of yourself, buddy. And I will see you in a month and a half. That makes sense, hunting and stuff. I guess we don't have them here. I mean, we just don't have big wildfires here. Or, like, a big fire here is someone caught a cornfield on fire that they shouldn't have. And it goes for 400 acres. Yeah, I'm kind of upset I missed it, man. I want to jump in there, but you started it too early, and I'm with the family at that time. So you got to wait till at least, 10:30. Ruger, do other parts of like your neck of the woods have fires? I mean, if we have fires here, it's controlled burns that get out of control and burn another 100 acres of something. I mean, it's not bad. There's really no wildfires. Oh, next gen, you had to hit me. You had to hit me right in the heart there. I get it. No, I get it, man. I wish I could have jumped in there, but just couldn't. Wow, hunting stuff. That's crazy. Yeah, don't tread on me. We just don't have them here. I mean, they just don't have them. J-Dubs, how we doing? Ah, gotcha. Gotcha, Rigger. That's why I didn't know if you were mentioning, like, outside of your state or what you're talking about, so. I think I'm probably more motivated for this coming year than I have been in the last handful. I am extremely motivated, which honestly I feed a lot off of Next Gen because the kid's on fire and I don't know, I feed off him a lot as far as motivating and pushing myself, so that's awesome. Yeah, Ruger, that makes sense. Yeah, hunting and stuff, I get it, man. I get it. I'm just excited. This muskrat thing's got me really fired up. Ruger, have the boys talking about plans for next year? Yeah, exactly, Ruger. That's what we do. That's all we do. Yeah, Flintlock. Yeah, that mange is rough, man. It's pretty rough. Yeah, I get it. Oh, I get it, J-Dubs. Yeah, we don't have them either, so. Mitigation. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, in my opinion, we could just kind of take a knife and cut that state out, can't we? Just my opinion, but whatever. Next gen. Ooh, whoa. Can you believe Nationals is a month and a half away? That's insane. I just can't believe that. I'm pretty excited for it, though. Yeah, right, next gen. J-Dubs, where are you from? What state? Or what water system are you talking about? I'm not trying to pry too much, but yeah, when they flood out, yeah, they flood the dens out. I do think it impacts the population for sure, especially if you're on any kind of creek or river system. Those floods. I kind of wonder what the rains we have now are going to do to the beaver population. I think that's going to be a big impact. Oh, okay. Yeah, I could see that then. That's a big river. That's a big river. So next gen, what are you planning to do before convention? What 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 steps are you doing to prepare for it? Because I can only imagine what you're planning on buying. I'm hoping I don't need too much stuff, but I don't know. Those no BS DPs, they're pretty good now. I really like them after I messed with them for last year, so I might have to buy me some more of them. Lori, that's next gen. His tent blew away, not mine. Not mine. Flintlock, I love the rebar. In my opinion, I haven't messed a lot with fiberglass, but I love the rebar. Get a blank check. Uh-oh, don't. That's not good. Hunting and stuff, I'll text you as soon as I wake up, because as soon as I wake up, I'll be fishing probably within a half hour. That's actually a lie, because I do have a couple furs to finish in the morning that aren't thawed out. I forgot about that. But like I said earlier, there are going to be several trapping classes across Iowa. So me, Next Gen, another individual are working pretty hard on it. Um, yeah, I said this earlier, Next Gen, but I found one in West Central we got to talk about tomorrow if we can. Lori, I like that. I like that. I wouldn't bet on myself either on this stuff. Tomorrow's gonna be my first day where I've got some fur to work, but it's like I've got time. I'll have at least 2 hours where I'm not needed or wanted or needed or desired. That's not the right word. That's a terrible word choice. I'm never desired, I guess, if you know what I mean. But uh, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm gonna have free time tomorrow, so we'll go with that's about as good as I can do. Man, this took a turn. Yeah, Next Gen. Are you free tomorrow? I'll give you a call. Yeah, Ruger, I'm fishing tomorrow. Come hell or high water, which we have high water, so we'll see. Yeah, there we go, Lori. That's the best way to put it. No commitments, and that's the first time. It's just, it's crazy, to, what's the word I'm looking for? There's no word, but when you have a family and you have a job and you have so much going on in your life, working these furs takes so much time. The amount of downtime I have in a week is very, very little. So for me to have 2 or 3 hours tomorrow where I have nothing going on, like, that's exciting for me. That is very exciting for me. Uh, don't get me wrong. I like when I'm with the family. We'll sit around. You know, and we'll do some family stuff, and we'll watch some TV and do things, and uh, it's kind of downtime. But I never really have just time for me where I'm not working for, and no family commitments and no work commitments, and I'm really looking forward to that. Throw a crawler on the bottom. I don't even care if I catch a fish. Just getting out there and relaxing is going to be amazing. Yeah, next gen. Hopefully the walleye are biting. You have to let me know. But yeah, I'll give you a call probably when I'm fishing. Whenever I get out there in the morning, which is turning into being a later morning. So we'll see. Jeff, I'm glad you're going to Sioux Falls, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. Ruger, but that's the thing though, is yeah, I've got stuff to do, but I'm not in that time crunch. You know what I mean? Like, there's been opportunities where, like, man, I could go fishing right now, but I'm stressed about something or something's going on. And tomorrow is the first one where I think I'm like, I've got really nothing. So I appreciate it, Lori. I really do. I'm really looking forward to that. I can't wait to just and sit and just wait. If I catch a fish, awesome. If I don't care. Uh, who knows? Who knows? I'll probably bring the camera with me though, because I haven't done that yet ever fishing. Which I've probably only been fishing. Probably count on one hand the amount of times I've been fishing since I started this channel. So, uh, just not a lot of time. Just not a lot of time. No rest for the wicked, or however you want to word it. Well, we're doing some driving though tomorrow to find, and that actually really bring that up of things I could be doing. I'm looking in some new area for locations for trapping this year. I could be kind of scouting and seeing where the corn is, where the beans were. So yeah, that'll probably cross my mind, but I have no real commitments. Like I said, I got some fur to work, not a lot. I got to go bid a roofing job, but it's local. Other than that, I got a couple phone calls to make, but we're good. Ruger. Ruger, you know what? Just go to bed. Just go to bed, Ruger. Yeah, and that typically is how I am, Ruger. I won't lie. I mean, even while I'm at work running a forklift for 10 hours a day, you do a job so much it gets to be monotonous, and you do the job without really thinking. I'm sure a lot of you guys understand what I'm talking about, but like I'll start going through my head of things that need done, or if I get really bored, I'll start like playing movies in my head. Uh, but yeah, there's always something to do. Jeff, are you right-handed then? Hi, buddy. Hi. What's up, buddy? Shopcast in here. I haven't seen him in a couple days. Flintlock, I tried that many years ago. And when I say many years ago, I was probably 17, so it's been 20 years ago. Cut up a bunch of bluegill, put it in a jar, put them in the sun, tried to sun render it. And I don't know, it probably worked, but. What's up, buddy? But for me, it's still cheaper just to buy it. But it's kind of cool to use your own stuff, which I fully understand. Yeah, he's here. Come here, buddy. Kitty, 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 kitty. Come here. Hi. Come here. They're looking for you. Come here. There he is. Make your presence known. Come on. Yeah, with the spray tan jokes, I get it. I get it. Well, his eyes really reflect in this in the screen. I got to be really cautious because. Hi. All right. So you can have your moment, but you can't have everything. That's probably a great view. Hi. Uh, no, when I spray for bugs in here, though, I have to make sure he's not in here and shut in because I've worried about that last time I sprayed. I'm like, I hope he's not in there because when I lock it up tight, he's in trouble. Ah! We're down. Lori, I agree. My best cat I've ever owned in my life. His name was Midnight. Um, this one we just call Buddy. But no, he just showed up at our house one day, and the other cats, outside cats, don't like him, so he migrated to my shop, made a couple of little dens here, I guess you'd call it. Kind of places to stay, and he stayed ever since, so. Yeah, and stuff, he probably gave you a good show. But no, he's a great cat. Normally when I'm doing these lives, so I have my bench right here. Well, this is all my belly wedges. He'll stand right here and he paws up to me. He tries to paw up. So when I'm sitting here, all of a sudden I'll get this like paw hitting my shirt and like, hey, pet me. So he's a good cat. I used to be a dog person, but now I'm more of a cat person. A little less maintenance, a little less needy. Hey, I'm here, pet me a little bit, and I'm on my way. But yeah, Lori, that midnight cat we had when I was like 9 years old, he was completely declawed and neutered, and he was the best mousing cat we ever had. I get it, Jeff. I get it, man. Well, hopefully your right hand continues to improve, bud. That's scary. Hopefully it gets better for you, sir. Jeff has the same cat. Oh, it's not the same cat. It's covering some miles. And stuff. Oh yeah, I know that cat. Yeah, I've held that cat several times. I can't say much because I do have mice out here. So behind the screen, we've got conduit that all my electrical runs through, and I'll be sitting here working for it, and literally I see it run across, and then it'll run back, and they'll run back and stop and look at me and run across. So, which, hell, I'm out in the shop. I don't care. He'll catch birds like crazy, but apparently mice he's not real good at. Which makes no sense. You'd think it'd be the other way around. But anyway, I suppose it's late enough. It's probably, I don't even know what time it is here. Hey, Sack, how we doing? Bill, wow, I say I'm gonna, start shutting it down and everybody hops in here. Bill, how we doing, sir? Hopefully everything's going well up there for you. Besides eating and writing. That's interesting, honey and stuff. Lori, I will. Oh, wow, it's after midnight? Man, I figured it was like 11:15. Good, Bill. Good deal. Yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, and that's what, like, today I slept in crazy. Today was probably one of the most slept in days I had. I didn't get out of bed till like 9:30. But it's been a long week trying to get those beaver ready to get sent up. I had 3 solid nights where I was out here till 1 o'clock and up at 5:30. And I'm not 18 anymore. I can't do that every day. I can do it for a few days straight, but, today was my crash day. So, and we definitely had that. Does anybody else have a crash day? I don't know, maybe it's just me, but like even when I sold those furs on Saturday, I got back home at like 2:30, and I slept in, but it was till like 7:45. But today, with the wife and kids at school and work, I slept in, and it was amazing. Yeah, Bill, it's good to catch you on one, man. It's been a while since I caught you on a live, so hope everything's going well for you, sir. Really hunting stuff? Man. I threw a. It's been a few days ago, but I was at my buddy's house and his dog brought me a toy and I went to go throw it, and I had my drink in my right hand, so I threw it with my left hand. Boy, I look awkward as heck. I mean, I look. Yeah. Just got up for the day, Bill. I get it, man. Yeah. You probably worked until, what, from midnight last night to 3 probably in the afternoon? Ah, your Sunday. I gotcha. I gotcha. Ruger mice aren't so bad. With John Henry. Really, hunting stuff? That's crazy. You can't beat that for ice cream. That's the only ice cream I'd eat right there. Or something with Reese's in it. Those are the two things. That's it. Alright, guys. We're going to bail out of here. Get some sleep. Got some fur to finish in the morning. And then we're going fishing. I might even try to do a live while I'm fishing. I don't know how to go because I probably won't catch anything, but no, Ruger, I haven't. Believe it or not, I'm cutting down on the sweets, so we're good. But yeah, we'll see what tomorrow brings. Just looking forward to getting out there and doing some fishing. So anyway, y'all have a good night. Appreciate it. Hopefully I see y'all at Nationals here in a month and a half in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Gonna be a real good time, and you know, be a lot of fun. Be a lot of fun. So, all right, guys, y'all take care. Appreciate everybody stopping in. And we'll catch you next time. You know, we're under 6 months away from opening day of trapping season as it is, so it's amazing how fast it pops up on us. So I will, Lori. I will. So I appreciate that. Y'all take care, and we will see you next time. Thanks, guys.